Hey Aries, so while I was shuffling your cards and meditating on your energy, a couple things came to me. Um, First thing that I felt was very serious, a very serious energy, very stern, like no BS. Okay. The second thing that came to me was moving quickly, and I'm not sure I kind of felt the feeling of like being in a car, driving to work, getting out of the car, like grabbing my things and like going to work and getting off work and going home. And I don't know, it just felt very serious and very quick. And I kind of got this, skitty, excuse me, this cityscape kind of vision of, moving quickly through a city. So I don't know, Aries, it sounds like your energy is fast paced right now and very serious and down to business. Okay, so that's the vibe that I was getting from you today. The other vibe that I got was along the similar lines, and this is definitely for somebody. Just get away from me, leave me alone. That was the energy that I got, was just stay the F away from me. I'm doing my own thing. I know what I gotta do, A, B, and C. That's it. Like, there's no room in between for all this, like, dilly-dallying, okay? That was the kind of the vibe that I got. Stay away from me. Y'all are ridiculous. People are stupid. Like, no BS, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you, Aries. That's definitely for somebody. So I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card in order to get an overall energy for your reading today. So, Spirit, do we have any messages for Aries today? For the Aries Collective? Spirit, any messages for Aries? Okay. Oh, you got 2 oracle cards. Lucky you. Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay. Well, so they're both home cards, which there's actually not very many in this oracle deck with the houses. So I think that's very interesting that you got both of them. So we got the House of Flowers. And then you also got Home in the Sky. Now, what I'm getting from this is that the other thing that came to my mind that I didn't mention, but, I did mention, getting off work, going home, but it was like that feeling of coming home and like throwing your car keys on the coffee table and kicking your shoes off and like sitting down on the couch and like petting your cat and just being like, whew. So I feel like home is really a safe haven for you right now. And especially if you do have to go out into the world in our current circumstances, that I feel like being at home is really, really helping you with that. Sorry about that, Aries. So, yeah, as I was saying in the oracle cards, it's showing me that home is really a safe haven for you right now, especially if you're having to move quickly and work out in the world, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull you some tarot cards. Spirit, are there any messages for Aries today? Any messages for Aries today? Okay. 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 A couple more. Okay. We have the 2 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And what I'm seeing here for you, Aries, is some kind of ending here. I'm also seeing some dishonesty. That's the first thing that comes to mind for you when I see the 7 of Swords in this reading. I'm also seeing I'll show you really quick. So the 7 of Swords, which can mean a lot of things. For me, I'm seeing it as dishonesty mostly right now. You've got the Knight of Cups in reverse, the 7 of Wands, perhaps feeling a little defensive of yourself, the energy that I was feeling in the beginning of the reading about leave me alone, stay away from me, I'm doing my thing, I'm moving quickly right now. We have the Justice card in reverse. And we also have the Ten of Wands. Sorry, the Ten of Swords, I apologize. Clearly is the Ten of Swords. So, okay, the feeling that I'm getting. Some of you, and I'm going to try not to sugarcoat it because I feel like this message is for somebody in particular. And you'll know if it's you or not, okay? But what I'm feeling is that somebody here is out of balance, okay? And I do think that, and no matter what comes through in the cards, y'all, I just want you to know that I am here for you, and I really, truly, my intention is to empower you, okay? So whatever comes through, I have to embrace it as a reader, and you can embrace it or not. It's your choice, okay? If it resonates with you, I hope you'd be willing to consider it. If it doesn't resonate with you, then that's okay, right? So the point is that this is the message I'm getting, and if it does resonate, I hope that you'll consider this message, right? So what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling is that this energy is very much coming from you, okay? The Seven of Swords energy, this may be you being, in my opinion, avoidant, okay, dishonest, potentially a little sneaky. And now what I'm feeling from it, though, is that you're doing this for yourself to just literally fend people off, okay? So the Seven of Swords can be very deceptive. What I'm feeling is that maybe someone texts you and says, hey, what are you up to this weekend? It'd be really great to get coffee, go for a walk or something. And you're like, I'm busy this weekend. When you're not busy, you just want to veg out, right? You don't want to go for a walk with this person, okay? That's the kind of deception that I'm seeing, is that you're being a little bit, sneaky with what it is that you're actually up to. Maybe even how you're actually feeling. You might be being deceptive with your friends and family about how you're actually feeling. When you're saying, oh, everything's fine, when really in reality you are raging and angry and pissed and you want nothing to do with anybody right now, okay? Protecting yourself is good when you're in this kind of state, right? Because you don't do anything you don't want to do, okay? Just flat out. I'm going to tell you right now. If you don't feel like going for coffee with someone, don't do it. You don't owe anybody anything, okay? Whereas, okay, if you have a partner or someone you're talking to who you've, kind of cultivated a little flame with, or you have a best friend, or you have a mother, okay? If you have somebody who is reaching out to you, who is like, hey, how are you? I just want to check in on you, I'm thinking about you, and you're kind of just like blowing them off, do recognize that impacts your relationships, okay? And if you don't have the time or energy, just tell them you don't have the time and energy. It is much better than being curt and short or kind of letting your that energy, because whether or not you say it, the people who love you and know you are going to feel it. So they're going to be able to feel that there's something going on, there's something off, and that you're acting short with them, and it's going to upset them, potentially. So what I'm saying is that if you're being defensive of people who love you or care about you, strangers in the street, you know what I mean? Don't give them your time of day. You don't owe anybody anything, okay? And you don't owe even your loved ones anything, okay? You don't owe them your time or energy, but what I'm telling you is that if you give them your time enough to explain that you don't have time and energy for them, it will go so far. It will go really far in helping them understand where you're at, and they will probably gladly give you space and not take it personally. But if you don't express yourself and why you need space, then that's going to hurt someone's feelings, okay? I'm just going to tell you right now. That's why the Seven of Swords is an energy that we want to avoid, okay? We want to avoid carrying this type of energy, even though it happens organically sometimes, okay? You might not even intentionally, you might not even consciously know that you're doing this, but you're keeping everyone at arm's length somehow, and you're being dishonest about how you're feeling, or you're being dishonest about your time and energy, where you're saying, oh, I'm busy with school or work or whatever it is, when really you just want to spend time alone, which is fine. Just don't be dishonest about it, okay? Because people can feel that. That's what I'm getting from this. And, you know, it's okay to defend your time and energy and your space, but don't ward off the people who support you, okay? And you know, be defensive for, you know, reasons that have nothing to do with them, okay? So what I'm getting next is Justice in reverse and the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So I'm kind of reading these two together. Now, what I'm seeing is that there may be an ending happening in your life right now, and this could be an ending of ideologies, belief systems. It could also be the ending of I'm not really getting, I don't know, I did kind of feel an occupation, like maybe the end of a job, and this could be a decision of yours or not, because with this Justice card in reverse, I'm really feeling that it's an injustice, okay? Like this is unfair. Now, you could be ending something with somebody in a harsh way because of the energy that you're in right now, right? And you may be pushing somebody away, and it's really not fair to this person, okay? I'm kind of feeling that with these two combination of cards, is that this ending is either an injustice to you or it's an injustice to somebody else. Okay, take it how it resonates, right? So I'm just feeling that you could be particularly irritable right now and particularly sensitive and defensive right now. And I think you want to be careful, if you haven't already ended something, right? Like a job, or you're, you know, moving out, or you're ending a relationship, or cutting out friends or family. Like, honestly, take a moment, take a deep breath. You know what's best for you at the end of the day, okay? But if you make decisions when you're in an emotional state, an emotionally heightened state, especially when you're irritable, you can make decisions that are really, really unfair, okay? And you can really hurt people, and you can potentially push away people who really care about you, okay? That maybe you care about, but you're just not in a headspace. So instead of kind of like hiding that and being sneaky and avoidant and not texting back or whatever it is that you're doing, you need to be honest. And if you want to end something with someone, do it the right way, okay? Don't ghost people. Don't fizzle out on someone who really cares about you, you know? I don't know. That's just the feeling that I'm getting. It's going to resonate for somebody, okay? So if you feel yourself doing that, just you know, just take a moment and just think about how you would like to be treated, okay? Maybe you're calloused right now. You feel like, oh, I wouldn't care. But just think about it, okay? Just take the time and don't jump to end something, especially something as major as like your job or where you're living and stuff. Because although we want to make decisions that resonate with us, so that, I mean, I encourage anybody, if you're working a job that is not fulfilling to you, and not only not fulfilling, because we all need to make money and make our way through life however we can, but I'm saying if it is toxic and it is directly impacting your mental health, and you think that like there's no other way for me to make money, like, trust me, there is, okay? So if you do need to end something because it is no longer healthy for you, you know, then you do that, okay? But I'm just saying, take a moment and think about it, think it through, and make sure that you're not making decisions based on like a strong sense of irritability and defensiveness right now, okay? And with the Knight of Cups in reverse here, I just feel like you may not be very giving of your love right now. It might be possible that because of your energy, there might be other people in your life who are not being as giving of their love right now. We just passed the 11-11 mark in your reading. I think that that's really important to think about, that you know, for me, 11-11 not only represents, you know, I mean, it's an angel number, so what I see is like divinity, you know, and divine synchronicity, but I also see it as stability, you know, because you've got 11-11 is like 4 pillars, right? That's how I see it. And so it's very possible that this energy that you're in right now, you could be pushing away your stability. I mean, and you got 2 home oracle cards, okay? I really think that's significant here, because you have the House of Flowers and then you have the House in the Sky. So it's very possible that, like, you know, I'm just feeling like this is your idea of what your home is like, and this is what it's really like. Does that make sense? Where that the House in the Sky is like, you see how different these two energies are? Like, you can pretty much immediately, you're like, because look, this for me does remind me a lot of a cityscape, right? Because there's all these little houses and they're all filled with birds, and it's very gray, and there's not a whole lot of like green, there's no greenery. You're in the sky, but it's like a gray, you know, kind of cloudy day, right? So I feel like this is, but when I think of in the sky, I think of air energy, which makes me think of the mind. So what I'm thinking is like, this is the way that you're perceiving your stability. Does that make sense? That you're not stable, you're not on a foundation, you're free floating through the air with all these other little birds, and it's, you know, it's kind of dark and dreary, right? And that's coming from your perception, okay? But then you've got that House of Flowers, which, like, check this out, you know what I mean? It's beautiful. And you can see down here, like, so the house is opening up, there's flowers coming out of it, but you have two little people down here. I don't know if you can see that. These two little people, and they're just kind of looking at this house like, whoa, you know? So I kind of feel like this is the reality in your physical realm, that you can choose to see your home like this. You can choose to see your stability like this, and potentially, you know, maybe you're in a relationship that, you know, you are kind of taking for granted, you know, not to be rude, but I mean, if you're in this kind of energy, you know what I mean, and you're in this kind of energy, and you're in this kind of energy, that doesn't bode well for relationships, romantic, platonic, agape love relationships, you know, because you're not being honest, you're being really defensive, and you're not giving any love, okay? That's what I'm getting for you, Aries, and, you know, I hope this reading helps if this does resonate with you. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.